Hello, and welcome to Not Too Shabby, the Chimney Corners Camp podcast, featuring camp directors Shannon Donovan Monty and Abbott Pittman. In each episode of this podcast, Shannon and Abbott will share crazy camp stories, let you in on some camp secrets, tips, and tricks, talk about life at Chimney, and even pull the curtain back on how camp runs from behind the scenes. From staffing to activity planning to the friendships we make along the way, join us twice a month for your camp fix.
What's up, Shannon? How were your holidays?
Oh, they were great, Abby. How were your holidays?
I had my family in town. They came up. We stayed in the town of Peru, not to be confused with the country of Peru.
Which, incidentally, aren't you
Going to go to in just a few weeks.
You and Brittany are going to go to
Yes.
Peru and meet with our hosts
That's
and
right.
see all the things that our ISEP folks get to see, which is super exciting.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. You have no idea. I actually did an interview today in Spanish with a Mexican gentleman, and I was like, okay, my Spanish is good. Like it's holding firm from this summer, so it's going to be very useful in Peru.
For all of those of you that don't know, Abby is quite the Spanish speaker, and also super fun to travel to a country where Spanish is the primary language. Abby and I went to Chile. I know you're supposed to pronounce it
Chile,
right.
that's right.
Chile, I know.
Better
I
than
always
Chile.
feel like kind of a poser when I do that. I don't know why.
Well, because it
And
isn't really.
I know it's the right way to say it, but then I feel pretentious when I say it.
Well, you don't say, when you say croissant, you don't go croissant, do you? You're fine. You're speaking English. You could say chili.
Croissant.
Croissant.
I'm going to start saying that.
So-
But wait,
Go on.
I have two interesting things.
About you, I was going to ask you how your holidays really were because something exciting happened recently.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to tell the folks at home?
I would. My amazing daughter, Bridget O'Rourke, that's her name now, and her amazing husband, Ryan, have moved back to the Berkshires. And and we're super excited. They actually just found a home in Otis
I love Otis.
near the reservoir, which, I mean, everything's just coming together
Oh,
wonderfully.
I love that.
It's been over 8 years since Bridget has lived anywhere near. I mean, when she moved away, she moved about as far away from me as she could get.
Everyone's got to do it.
She went to Spokane, Washington. You know, it's funny that you say that. I was the one who really suggested that she go. I think we talked about this at some point, but
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah.
because I think it is to have a big adventure and move far away from home and see another part of the country. But I also, I'm so thrilled that she moved back after having that experience.
No kidding. I know you were so excited. You were counting down the days.
Yeah,
Like,
and I missed her so much.
2 years ago, essentially, I started counting down the days.
I did.
Oh, she
I
really-
kept saying it was 2 years, and unfortunately, I started saying that before it was actually 2 years. But luckily,
It was earlier than 2 years.
they ended up moving it up. So,
Yeah.
so Bridget's back in town, and Ryan's back in town, and it's permanent.
That's really exciting.
The other thing, just for those old school folks, those of you that remember the amazing Terry Murphy, who was our construction foreman for many, many years at Chimney, he actually built the house that Bridget is potentially moving into. So,
Wow.
that's a fun,
Full
blast
circle
from the
moment.
Full circle moment. That's exactly what it is.
That's really cool.
So, also, I've been watching The Amazing Race, which during COVID was almost exclusively in South America. So, if you want to get
Really?
excited about South America, you could always watch Amazing
I'm always
Race.
excited about South America. I don't
know.
need to watch anything. I'm constantly in a state of excitement about South America.
But what was cool is they go to a bunch of places. They were in Santiago, Chile.
We've been there.
Which we've been to, and did they go to Peru? Anyway, it was kind of interesting.
I want to go to Uruguay.
Oh, they went to Uruguay as well, and
cool.
it made me really want to go to Uruguay.
Yeah, Uruguay's
so
cool.
much so.
It's a really cool country.
Yeah, I hadn't really focused in on it, but for some reason, watching Amazing Race really gets, they show different parts of town and they have little adventures, so it's
so
kind of a
cool.
fun thing to. But yeah, Uruguay seems super interesting.
It's like it's a little oasis in the middle of South America. It's it's got a lot of really progressive policies for the area. And their president lives in this or I guess their president, 20 years ago when I was really reading about Uruguay, like lives in this like little country home and doesn't take the full salary, and like just seems like a really cool place.
Yeah, I found that Chile is amazing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Honestly, it's so progressive, and just the people are amazingly friendly, and the mural. A lot of the countries, like they also showed Colombia, which I'm very interested in. I've worked with a lot of people from Colombia and just found them to be just wonderful people to know. But they also had those murals like we saw in Chile. The art is just amazing.
Everything is so intentional, I think, about like Latin America, but like unintentionally intentional in that everything's kind of unique. Like you walk around the States and like every door is sort of the same 5 types of doors that you can buy from the door store. And every like the bricks are all, the bricks that you could get mass produced from the brick store. But in Latin America countries, I found that like the door is maybe 300 years old, and like you walk by and everything is different. Every window is different, and there's paintings everywhere, murals everywhere on the walls. I mean, it's just like, it's such an experience.
Yeah. And I love seeing the different ways people approach life. And it made me think of, there was this one thing in Amazing Race in Chile where the racers were supposed to paint something. And these 2 people racing went into the wrong house and basically painted these people's house. And they didn't say anything like,
these people
hey, don't paint our house.
What?
Which to me is sort of amazing that somebody would be
with a film crew and everything.
Right. Just be so like, hey, that's cool. They're painting our house. Like, and not be mad or not be freaked out. Like, it was such an amazing moment of, I guess we're just rolling with this.
What? I know. Wait. So did they not get points because they painted the wrong house?
Well, they had to go paint this other place.
Oh, did they lose the Amazing Race?
No. Let's say they didn't. I don't remember.
Okay.
Anyway, that's probably not.
We should talk about what we're going to talk about.
Right. Or start an Amazing Race podcast.
Honestly, because you love those podcasts where it's like telling you about the episode you already watched. So you like, there's a Gilmore Girls podcast that you really like, and there's a West Wing podcast that you make us listen to. I mean, that we choose to listen to in the car together. And sometimes my favorite is when you put it on and then you turn it all the way down. And so I just watch it going through, and then the next episode, and then I'm just watching it, and you're not even listening to it. It's completely.
Well, I want to listen to it.
Yeah, but it's playing, and the volume is all the way down.
What's
so
that
it's just
about?
going
What is
through.
that
Why
about?
did you do that?
That's weird. We should do a deep dive on that sometime. We could have a podcast about listening to podcasts, which incidentally, Abby has turned me on to another podcast.
Yes.
And I was listening to it and ended up being late to work because I was so enthralled with it, which
is a great podcast.
Is a flimsy excuse for being late, but it was a good podcast. So thank you, Abby.
Good thing you're the boss, and you can just come late if you want to.
I know, right?
The podcast is called The Witch Trials of J.K. Rowling, and it's really interesting, and I highly recommend it. A friend of mine recommended it to me, and I've been listening to it, and as a very avid Harry Potter fan, it's been really interesting. Listen. It's been good. So Shannon, you're on episode 1. I think I'm on like episode 4. So I would recommend it.
Yeah. And maybe we'll start a podcast where we talk about the podcast.
Yes, that'd be even more meta.
It's very meta.
Before.
Yeah.
We love things to be meta here.
A podcast within a podcast within a podcast.
Remember the movie Inception?
Yes.
You don't remember the movie Inception?
I do. Who's in it?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I almost said that. And, so I must remember it.
That boy from 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, not Heath Ledger. Oh, the other one. The one the 50 Days of Summer guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
50 Days of Summer.
Or whatever that is. That was the most depressing movie ever.
I've never seen it. Has Zooey Deschanel in it, though.
I know. We're playing a not very nice person. I might be wrong.
I think you're right.
Definitely edit that out because I don't want her to think that I don't appreciate her.
Because she's listening to the Chimney Corners podcast.
Somebody could tell her. Somebody could go, Zoe, Shannon totally dissed your part in.
Well, somebody we know definitely knows Zooey Deschanel because think about how many families from New York we have or families from California we have who probably are. You know what? I just was having dinner with a friend of mine at the Neon Newt, incidentally. That's our restaurant here in in Beckett that we love very much, very
Love
dearly.
it so much.
Such good food. Shout out to Olivia. And, you know, Molly, her wife, always listens to this podcast and then makes fun of me for it afterward.
That's awesome.
So this is her shout out. But anyway.
Also, best restaurant ever.
It's really good. Anyway, I was having dinner with some friends. One of them's
Name redact.
He's a little older than you. So maybe
What?
750 years old.
We've established it. Abby's an ageist.
I'm not an ageist. I just love to make fun of you. And he was telling me how he just wrapped up filming. He did about like 2 weeks of filming for a movie in Boston. And I asked him, you know, any big names that I might know that you were working with? And he was like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Robert Pattinson or Zendaya.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
nope. Did you say no?
I was like, sir, you know I love Twilight. Shannon hates Twilight.
Hate Twilight. I hate it. Can I say why? Because
sure, whatever.
Bridget was at an age where
oh my gosh,
she wanted to go to the midnight premieres with her friends, but she was too young to go by herself. And I have to say, to give myself a shout out, I was a good sport, and I brought Bridget and all her friends to the midnight premieres of Twilight. I am sorry, but I find the Twilight movies to be obsessively boring. And basically, it's 10.5 hours of people just pining for each other and looking super depressed, which I find to not be super fun. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
I don't think anyone listening disagrees with you. I think you might be the only person in the world who loves Twilight at this point. There's a great Parks and Rec episode where one of the characters is like, "There's too much quivering."
I know, and just poor choices. Like,
well, they're teenagers.
But yeah, that's
well,
true.
not the vampire that is Edward. He's 117 years old.
Which makes him a little
creepy.
Creepy, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's the age difference.
Yeah, and
you know,
I saw Nosferatu the other day.
What is that? Oh,
you know
yes!
what that is?
The original, a remake of the original. It's a remake of the original Dracula story.
It is.
Was it good?
It is pretty much scene for scene the exact same movie as Bram Stoker's Dracula with Winona Ryder in it.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do they do the thing where the guy like levitates up like he's on a table from the original? Or he just like goes like
you can't see visual media. I mean, sorry, this is an audio medium, so you can't see what your hand
but I
is
did
doing
a
there,
sound
but
effect.
you did make a sound, and so that I think that was helpful. You mean going like fully 90 degrees, like from lying on your back straight up,
which probably at the time was quite the effect.
Yes, in like the 30s when the OG came
when
out.
I was born.
Don't flatter yourself. We know it was the 1800s. So yeah, it was cool, and I liked the actors, but it was like I was watching Dracula again.
Yeah, so not very original.
Yeah, same story.
Yeah.
And my mother gifted me Bram Stoker's Dracula when I was far too young to watch it. So for those of you listening, maybe wait till you're in your 20s to watch it. It's spooky.
Yeah, I bet. I never saw that. I'm not a big scary movie fan.
Oh, really?
I don't like monsters, or I really don't like zombies. I'm sorry, but I can't. I will not watch
because you're uncomfortable with them, or because you think it's a stupid premise.
I'm uncomfortable.
Really?
Well, I got dragged. I was one of those people that always got dragged to really scary movies. Hated them, and I would just sit there with my eyes closed, and then I would open my eyes and then see something that like would stick with me forever, like Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, you were like affected by scary movies.
Oh, so deeply affected.
Interesting.
My brother too, and my sister too. I think not as much my sister, but super sensitive to stuff. Like cannot tolerate scary, can't tolerate gross. Like
really,
just super, yeah. And it just sticks with me forever. I can't get it out of my mind. I've had people tell me what happens in scary movies, and even my imagination, like, it haunts me. Yes. I've had a person, I don't know why, like, I thought maybe it'd be better if they just told me what happened, and that was traumatic. So.
Oh my gosh.
Ridiculous.
This actually really surprises me.
Does it?
Yeah, for you. Yeah. Well,
like, I don't even like Halloween because there's so many scary movie commercials.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really genuinely surprised.
Like
by
right
this.
now, there's a commercial that comes on, like Netflix or something. That's Smile 2.
Oh yeah,
It scares me so bad.
Yeah.
And I close my eyes and it's not that I'm afraid that stuff's going to happen to me. It's just I don't like anything disturbing. I'm a little sensitive that way.
Huh?
It's
You don't
weird.
like mice either.
No.
What about rats?
No, not. It's so funny. The bigger the animal gets, the less afraid I am of it. So weirdly, I feel like I'm a little less afraid of rats and a little less afraid of. I'm not afraid of squirrels.
Yeah, there's not really much to be afraid of there. That's not.
But I mean, they're all in the same family.
Yeah, they're rodents.
And like a raccoon, I'm less scared of a raccoon than a squirrel.
yeah, so like when you get up to like
Bears, like not
bear
afraid
size.
of. I'm not even.
Yeah.
I'm not even remotely afraid of bears.
Huh. So my next question for you then, Shannon, is have you seen Wicked?
No, not
Oh,
yet.
are you going to?
No, I did see Wicked on Broadway though.
Did you?
The original, one of the original.
With
not
Idina
with the
Menzel,
original.
okay.
No.
I was immediately like, what?
No. But in that huge theater, like I had no idea that Broadway theaters were that big.
I've only been to tiny Broadway theaters.
Right. Up until that point, I had only been in tiny ones.
Wow.
And then we were up in the balcony. I was with Bridget and a friend of hers, and like people coming out on wires, and so far away that they were like, it was like going to a big concert.
Wow.
It was like you couldn't really make out the people. It was funny because I had
Wow.
seen Music Man on Broadway, and I mean, the sweat was hitting us. That's how small the theater was.
Oh my gosh, at those tiny theaters, like I went to one on the West End in London with my family just recently. We saw Tina Turner, kind of like
Ooh.
biopic musical type situation. It was awesome. It was really,
That
really
sounds really
and the
good.
woman who was playing Tina Turner moved like her, sounded like her. It was
Wow.
like my mom said it was like seeing a reincarnation. But anyway, that theater was so tiny, like you had to stand up on your chair to have people move to get to their seats next to you. Like
Right.
my dad couldn't pass me with my legs in
That's
the aisle.
how. Yeah.
It was tiny. I was shocked. But that's that's London.
Yeah. Lori and I years ago went to see Stomp. And I was surprised that Stomp was in a super small theater. Do you remember Stomp? It was like
Vaguely.
it was all percussion, but they would use like garbage cans, and
Yes.
it was a great show. But for some reason, I thought it was going to be like a bigger stage, but makes sense. But it's intense, because it's very, loud.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Blue Man Group?
No,
You've never seen the Blue Man Group?
No,
You live 3 hours from New York and you don't.
are
know
they
any-
down there?
I think that's where they originated.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking for some reason I think of them as a Las Vegas show.
Oh, interesting. I saw Blue Man Group on an orchestra trip to New York when I was in middle school, and it was so cool.
Oh, it's a lot of like drums
And paint
splatter
and
stuff.
toilet paper, inexplicably.
That's weird.
Well,
It's weird.
That's pretty wild, but it was fun. It was fun. So Shannon, we're going to go now and record some real episodes and not whatever this was.
Okay.
So we'll see you in the next one, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Not Too Shabby. In the next couple episodes, Shannon will be regaling us with a detailed history of Chimney Corners Camp. So look out for those episodes. See you then. Bye.